Guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here today to bring you a message for the sign of Sagittarius for February 2020. Keep in mind, guys, it is general. It may fit your situation, it may not, so take what you feel resonates with you on a soul level and disregard the rest. Toss it, go about your day, my friends. And know that no matter what Spirit has to offer, what cards we get, it's still up to you and how you integrate this guidance, knowledge, or the steps you take, right, to get the fulfillment that you would like to see in your world. And that is power, my friends. As well as know that time is fluid. So in terms of this reading, even though I put a date on it for February, whenever you find it, maybe it's meant for you. Keep an open mind, okay? So as well as for all my subscribers, thank you from the bottom of my heart, you beautiful people, for being here. It means the world to me. And if at the end of this, welcome if you're new. If it resonates with you, please feel free and subscribe. Join the journey with me. Let me encounter your energy more often. And, you know, just kind of enjoy this ride me. So I'm going to take a moment to ask Archangel Michael to jump in, guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, as well as to use me for the clearest channel and deliver messages only for our highest good. I am also going to ask that we get the clearest messages possible, and I would suggest for any of you calling in your angels and guides, do ask that they're here for your highest good, that they are delivering messages that you can understand as well. So we're going to get started. I'm being asked first, guys, with the Sagittarius to bring it in. And another thing I am being guided to say is that while I was pre-shuffling all these decks, was shuffling it for Sagittarius for February 2020, and Scorpio kept coming up. So some of you may have Scorpio in your chart. You may be dealing with someone who is a Scorpio. There could be dealing with something that happened during Scorpio season. So again, keep an open mind there. I believe that Scorpio is end October, November, until November. So I believe that is when Scorpio is, if that's your birthday, and you're watching as well. Just keep an open mind. Some of you as well may be on the cusp of Scorpio and Sagittarius as well, because Scorpio is just before you guys. So let's see here, what's an overarching energy that we should know about for the sign of Sagittarius for February 2020, please, Spirit. Thank you. And we have the pole star. And I believe this is healing. I'm not going to read reversals. It came out upside down, but I don't believe that that is important right now. We'll find out the more cards we get. But right now, I believe this is healing and also walking your own path. Do you see him here? This person walking their own path, you know, looking up at the stars, but also the cycles of the stars and the changes that happen and the places that everything moves as our world turns. So beautiful, beautiful picture. And this is the Wildwood Tarot for anyone who's interested. They're asking me to look at the bottom, and it's the Three of Stones in the reverse. So there could be, oh, another two cards have come out. So this and this. We get the World. Endings and completions and changes, right? Much like how the other stars that go around the pole star, they're moving. They're in constant motion. But this one is fixed, and it's usually here. Here's where we can find it. That some of you as well may be bringing completions that are bringing a lot of healing, and there could be movement as well. And the other one that came out was the Nine of Stones, which is in this deck about tradition. Oftentimes it's two. It's like being a single person on your own. But this guy is following the wisdom of his ancestors, for me, to find the truth. So with this pole star as well, there may be certain traditions as well that either you are bringing ends to or creating your own new traditions, ones that are more aligned with you and ones that follow your star, that follow your path and allow you to illuminate the path in front of you, even on a dark, dark night. Okay, you see this? This star is emanating with light. As well as what I'm hearing too is some of you, when you're outside at nighttime, you may see halos. It could be even during the daytime, right, with the sun. You may see halos around light objects in the dark. what I'm hearing is this is important. And also I heard something about light codes, that there could be light codes activating right now. And this is something that, if this is not in your immediate family, immediate tradition, it's something, there's information that has been traveled down to you. Could even be from star systems, from many star seeds. I know myself, I believe I'm a star child. And depending on where, this is Aquarius as well, and we are still in Aquarius season, but there could be information passed down to you that now it's time for you to take your place in this wheel of life. It's time for you to take your place in your season, to get through this door and to open up to the possibilities that are in front of you, but knowing that you do have ancient wisdom at your disposal. So that's one of the messages we got. I'm going to ask for some clarification, please, on the Nine of Stones. Some of you, I heard it could be marriage as well. Contemplating with these changes, and this is both universal, okay, with the star and the world. Contemplating with these changes, do I go about the way that others have gone about this? Do I want to live my life the same way? Again, illuminating the path that is right and special for you. So we have, that fell out, is the Queen of Pentacles, the bear. And I love bear energy because, first off, they get to hibernate over winter and get to sleep. And I like that. Eat a lot, you know, get fat, and, you know, slowly eat away at yourself over the winter time, I guess. But what is a mama bear? She's protective, and she's protective of what is hers. She's protective of what she loves and what she nurtures. And a mama bear is incredibly loving to her cubs. Just the outside world, hey, stay back. So from the safety of, I heard the wilderness here, but she is safe from the outside, safe in her cave from a higher perspective to kind of look out and see, you know, what lies in front of her. What is the world looking like right now? Is it okay for me to come out? But standing guard, saying, you know what, from the sanctuary of my own self, in my own heart, in my own cave dwelling, I feel like this is also this tradition thing, to be able to move through this with real authority, but nurturing. Moving through however the changes bring you in a nurturing way. And we also have the King of Arrows that fell out, this the heron. And if you look here, he has 1 foot in the water, 1 foot above, feeling the emotions, but not allowing them to overtake him, not swimming in it, just standing in it, looking clearly to see any fish that he's going to have, but he's also looking straight at you. And I almost feel like the tree in the background to him, it is much like this tree, the world tree. 2 more cards. We got the 4 of Swords, and that's about rest and beautiful, beautiful transformation. I believe this is called a swallowtail butterfly. They are gorgeous and huge and massive. And it's like the arrows are not in him. There's no arrows piercing him. It's just time to rest. Play dead for a while for sure if there's been, you know, someone, I heard, agitating you or something around you that's been a struggle, really difficult. After we bring completions and changes, after we move about, or whatever universal energy this is as well, take a rest before moving forward. Now, normally I wouldn't read the reversal, but this is the Woodward in reverse. Upright, this is basically number 11. Okay, this is your authority. This is divine masculine energy. This is also very creative, also very loyal, but very, very authoritative. So there are also 1, 2, 3 major arcanas here. Universal energy. With this could even be if there's been people or energies in your midst that have been a little bit controlling, dominating, because like this, he's a loyal friend. He's watching out in protection over the land, much like this bear. But in the reverse, sometimes there can be cruelty and he can be a little bit mean. So if this is an energy within yourself, if there is, again, the Scorpio energy, we have the water here with the vessels, the King of Vessels. But I feel like before you move on to a new cycle, before you can really, as you're walking this path, we need to rest our mind and rest our heart from the things that may have hurt or damaged us. That's the message that I heard there. But definitely here we have a king and queen. So whether this is you, if this is you dealing with other people, regardless of gender, masculine, feminine here, they're turned looking away from each other as well. I guess we could always put it like this. So they're going to look at each other. But here with this one, she shows no emotion. She's not showing emotion as she's looking out because she is firmly planted on the earth. And here, he is touching the earth at the bottom. He is standing in this water. So he is still grounded, but he's also paying attention to the feelings that arise within him as well. But he is definitely a goal-oriented. So I'm going to bring a message from the Work Your Light Oracle and see what additional guidance we have for the sign of Sagittarius. Not Sagittarius, Sagittarius. For February 2020. One card, please. Thank you. I got a few. Sorry guys, my foot's itchy, but we got a few. We got Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? Okay, so again, this to me is this bear, this nurturing, protective bear with this Four of Swords, Four of Arrows. How can you nurture yourself? How can you mother yourself? If you are feeling lost, as well as there's roses down here, if you can see them, there's beautiful pink roses. How can you bring nourishing, unconditional love to yourself? If you want to make prettier roses, you fertilize them, right? How can you fertilize you? In this period of rest and resting our mind, if there's any thought processes or there's anything that is haunting you or coming to you constantly and kind of playing tricks with your mind is what I heard, try and release that actively. You know, act as if your child or someone that you dearly loved come to you with the same issue. And listen to your self-talk. What is the advice that you would give them? It may be differently from the way that we act, right? It's always easier to give advice than to take it. But how can you mother yourself? How can you nurture yourself? And in here, it's like give yourself a hug. Be proud of yourself as well. And with this pole star, know again that as you walk your path, this is healing too. Very, very healing energy. Play. Sacred play, even though you're doing something, is a form of rest because it is resting our soul. It is taking away the troubles and the worries of this 3D plane and allowing us just for moments to experience joy. And this is one of these things every day we should experience play. Have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. You know, she's swimming in like a cocktail glass here of champagne or whatever it is, but enjoying the beautiful rays as well. So our healing doesn't all have to be so serious, right? Even as we mother, it doesn't have to be serious. We want to bring light and love to every situation that we come to, and we want to bring healing. And again, this is this divine love. And to me as well, blue flame, truthful, wonderful love. And you get Priestess was the last card that came out. And I'm not sure, I'm sorry guys with the lighting. Here she is. How are you being called to step up and lead? And this goes hand in hand with tradition. How are you being called to step up and lead? Sometimes leading just means seriously walking our path and being at a point with ourselves that we are grounded, we are strong in our convictions of what we believe is truth. I feel like it needs to be a little flexible on what we see as truth though, because day to day we may change. What we saw as truth yesterday, we may have some epiphany or revelation that says, I'm questioning that. And I would say, guys, always keep a critical thinking mind. Question the world around you. Question the actions of yourself. Question the actions of others. This doesn't mean it has to be beating people up or beating yourself up and all of that stuff. But if we experience an emotion or if we do something, we have an action that we think, why did I do that? Really question. Take a deep look into yourself. Again, this mother may ask her children, why would you do that? And they may not know, right? Because they're kids and even adults. We do something like, I don't know, felt like a good idea at the time. How can we mother ourselves in the future to be a little bit more present and aware of everything that we're doing, but not making it so that we're constantly bogged down with self-work. It's one of my favorite cards in the whole deck, this Four of Swords. So engaging in sacred play, engaging in things that stir emotion and stir excitement in you. And if there is something that you're a little afraid to do, but you'd love to do it, if you get the opportunity, take it. Grow wings and transform. I'm going to call in a message from the Earth Magic Oracle as well. Please, and this is for Sagittarius, to keep grounded through this, whatever energy this is. Creation and dream time. First off, paying attention to our dreams, but knowing that if we dare to dream, there's no limits on what we can do. There's no limits on what we can create in this earth. There's no limits on how much we can love ourselves and others. There's no limits with proper boundaries on what we can do either. So what I feel like this is if you want, you could even take like some time to meditate, because I definitely feel like there's universal energy here. Having the world and the star both come out, wishes granted, wishes fulfillment, right? Being happy, and this I believe is happy to have this change as well. So if you are meditating, if you're talking to the universe, if you're daydreaming, if you're sleeping, or you're just curious on what you can do, keep an open mind and allow all these possibilities to flow to you. If you get too many, I'm hearing write it down. Write down what some of these things are to you. What could they possibly mean? And they want me to read to you Dreamtime. So we're going to find Dreamtime. Part of it, I don't believe. So it says, for the Aborigines in Australia, the dream time is a place before time and outside of time in which ancestral spirit beings came to Earth and gave all of life its form. Once the work was done, these spirits remained in the very forms they created, including the animals, hills, stars, and other features of the land, and continued to be present. The dream time is an individual or group spiritual template, including songs and stories that have been handed down for at least 60,000 years. Handed down, my friends. Although Aborigines would say they've existed since the beginning of time, in one such tradition there's a creation story involving the didgeridoo, which is essentially a hollowed out log and emits a droning sound when played. So, one of the things you may want, this is what he's playing, is play some music. But close your eyes, tune into your breathing, and allow yourself to sink deeply into the heart of the living creation that you are. As you notice your breath becoming steady and slightly deeper than usual, observe the urge within you that is beginning to come forth in some creative action.